The preacher who can move the congregation is the he or she who can block out anything and stay focused. And sometimes, for me, I have to mention things to free myself of it. I have to mention it. So after a good argument on the way in, and I'm about to deliver the word, if you know me well enough, you'd know now you got a problem right there. Because I'm going to get up and say something like, you know, sometimes we're just not quite right about dealing with the people around us. And but the Lord is going to help us. My subject today is you got to get it off you. Touch somebody and say, you got to get it off you before you get to the pulpit. Subject. How do you derive it? How do you get to your subjects? Because, again, when I've outlined everything, I got to put them in place. Then I've got to restructure what I'm doing so I know what to say when in that message. Here's a point. You cannot instruct people in-depthly after you have inspired them completely. If you were preaching for folk to get happy, and they get happy too quickly, you can forget the instruction. And what will happen is you go home and say, I should have said this. I didn't say that, because the folk got happy quickly. When the folk got happy, they took control of your presentation. That is why, if you listen to Bishop Jakes carefully and other preachers, my father said to me, he said, Noel, you start so slow. People think you're sick or something. Because in the beginning is the place to deal with the philosophical theology and the psychological presentation as you deal with the substratum or the undergird that's holding up the text. It is here now where you can quote Tillich and you can quote Benjamin Warfield, you can quote as you build your subject. And now it also helps you to exercise in it because you're building it and you're beginning to feel it as you build it. Is you're not rushing into it because you're not rushing to the shout. You're doing instruction, and then instruction leads to inspiration. So the first part of the sermon could probably well be manuscript. Then as you move through the manuscript, it gets to an outline. Then after your outline, you're on your own. You follow. Because right now, you have fed into it. Now, if you notice, you might take a subject, you might deal, it's ridiculous to run from a defeated foe. And that's my subject. It's ridiculous to run from a defeated foe. But you can't ride that. You know ride? You know ride? You can't ride that. So you need a subtopic. Something that speaks to that, but you can ride it. Now, why do I need to ride? Because after I have instructed, now I need to inspire. So in order to inspire, I need audience involvement. I need you touching somebody. You touching your neighbor, high-fiving your neighbor. But I can't high-five your neighbor and say it's ridiculous to run from a defeated foe. You see, so even though that's my overall theme, I add something short and catchy so that when I get to inspiration, I can use that. Now, understand another thing too, is that physicality has a lot to do with the ability to push a point through the way we preach. Physicality. Sometimes you get up there and you're halfway through and you're tired. Oh, I wish I could talk to you. I'm just going to ramble around here and have me a good time. You're tired. And tired affects articulation. Yes? I mean, and now you got me worried sitting in the pew. I'm worried I don't know when you're going to fall over. I forgot what you got to say, worrying about.